Check, check. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit the like button, comment below, share right now for your boy. It's your host, F. Merritt. I shall say it again. Hit the like button, comment below, share. Do all of that for your boy. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. You want to hit my DM, I'll hit you right back. There's also a Facebook group for Pound Sports Entertainment. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and join that Facebook group. Let's get some, have some debates. Let's talk about some boxing, talk about anything sports entertainment related. With that being said, this video is dedicated to Errol Spence Jr., right? And my question involving Errol Spence Jr. is, when will Errol Spence Jr. be stripped of his IBF and WBC championship? Now, we all pray for a safe return. We want Errol Spence to come back from his eye injury 100% because I'm a firm believer in wanting the best to fight the best at their best. I don't want any excuses for either fighter. Now, with that being said, that's a good question. When will Errol Spence be stripped of his IBF and WBC welterweight championships? And the reason why I asked that is because obviously Errol Spence was going to fight Manny Pacquiao this weekend. Unfortunately, he got the eye injury. Manny Pacquiao is fighting Ugas. So where does that leave Errol Spence? You got 2 belts. You're holding up the division. You're holding up undisputed. It's a lot of fighters that want to at least get 1 belt, a crack at the championship, something. We don't know how long Errol's going to be out. We don't even know if he'll ever come back and be the same, right? We don't know if he'll ever come back. There once was a guy that was a former unified champion before Errol Spence, right? His name is Keith One Time Thurman. I dropped a video about Keith One Time Thurman and Errol Spence Jr. And I asked the question, is being a unified welterweight champion cursed? Because obviously these guys get the belts and they can't hold on to the belts because of injuries continue to happen. I don't know why it seems to be the case. They've both been in car accidents. Obviously, Earl's car accident was way worse. Keith Thurman, who's still coming back from surgery. He had hand surgery after the Manny Pacquiao fight, but before that, he had to have elbow surgery that kept him out of the game for 18 months. Now, during those 18 months, he was holding the WBA Super and the WBC welterweight championship. He decided to give up the WBC championship, let Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fight each other. Right now, after they fight each other, a couple fights happen in between, whatever. After they fight each other, Errol Spence fights Sean Porter for the WBC championship, and it's an IBF unification. He beats Sean Porter, and he is the unified champion. Now we're in a situation where we don't know what's going to happen to those belts. Now, granted, like I said before, Errol Spence has the IBF welterweight championship as well as the WBC welterweight championship. There's rumors of Sean Porter going to fight Bud. Now, where does that leave everybody else? Pacquiao's fighting for the WBA belt that Ugas has. It really should be Pacquiao's, but nonetheless, where does that leave everybody else? Errol Spence hasn't had a IBF mandatory title defense since, let's look this up, Ocampo. You want to know when that happened? June 16th, 2018. Damn. You haven't had an IBF mandatory since June 16th, 2000. Was it 2018? Nah, that can't be right. Nah, I misread that. Yes, it was 2018. That's crazy. June 16th, 2018. That was Errol Spence's last IBF mandatory. After that, he had Mikey Garcia. Then he had the unification with Sean Porter. And then Danny Garcia was the WBC mandatory. It's time for a IBF mandatory. Now, granted, we already know how the IBF get down. They don't play. They'll strip you in a minute. Straight up. They'll take the belt and go about their business. No, nothing. They don't care about none of that. They don't want no excuses. You're not getting no interim. They rarely do interims. I don't even think they do interims, honestly. But I don't know. Maybe they give Errol Spence some time. But like I said, he's holding up the division. Who is in the rankings of the IBF right now, the welterweight division? Number 1 contender was it Abu Dukarov? I can't pronounce this man's name. No disrespect to him. He's 18-0 fighter. Seen him fight before. He's decent. Number 2 is Sean Porter. I don't even know why he's in the IBF. because I mean he was just in the WBO, and hopefully they get that fight secured and done with Terrence Bud Crawford. Number 3, Manny Pacquiao. Oh, okay, he just pops up out of nowhere. Whatever. Number 4, Jaron Ennis. Number 5, we got Clayton, 18-0, one loss. Was that no 18? 18-0. I think that's one draw. Yeah, that's one draw. Number 6 is David Aberisian. Now listen, those top 6, I'm okay with those top 6. Now, Sean Porter, I'm not even counting him. I'm not counting Manny Pacquiao because he hasn't even been in the ranking. I don't know why he just popped up. But what I would like to see, if the IBF decides to let Errol Spence keep his IBF belt, wait for him to come back. If we do an interim bout, let's do I can't pronounce this guy's name. Abu Dukarov and Jaron Ennis. Let number 1 and number 4 fight for the interim IBF. If they will do it. If not, strip Errol Spence, let them fight for that IBF belt. Let Jaron Ennis and Abu whatever, sir, whatever that guy's name is, let them 2 fight for it. All right, see, Ennis is just waiting, man. Everybody's waiting. That's the IBF. Now, WBC, I don't know what they're going to do. Matter of fact, let me look up the WBC ranking right now, because I don't know who's in there. Last time I checked, they had Danny Garcia as the mandatory, and I don't know after that. Let me see. Let me see. They got Sean Porter number 1. How is Sean Porter number 1 for the mandatory spot? Why is Manny Pacquiao number 2? Okay, whatever. They got Mikey Garcia number 3. Ortiz number 4, which he's obviously the WBO mandatory. Keith Thurman is number 5. I don't like that. Jaron Ennis is number 8. David Aberisian is number 7. Conor Benn is number 11. That's interesting. Very interesting. I mean, hell, if they take the belt, if they take the WBC belt away, let's do Sean Porter and Mikey Garcia. I'm perfectly fine with that fight. Both guys are super small, and it will be an entertaining matchup. Honestly, I like that fight. So, like I said, we can do Abu, whatever his name is, against Jaron Ennis for the IBF, and then the WBC, we could do Sean Porter and Mikey Garcia. That's a good fight. Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, come on now. That's a pay-per-view fight for a vacant WBC belt. Sean Porter wants his belt back. Danny Garcia wants to be considered a legit welterweight, and he wants the title. I think if he gets that title, he's gonna just ride off in the sunset and just chill. He's done boxing. I like that fight. I like both of those fights for the IBF and the WBC, but it's all dependent on what they're gonna do. Well, the WBC, I mean, listen, this is the same WBC that let Keith Thurman hold on to his belt while he was out for like 15 to 18 months with an elbow injury. So maybe they're going to try to wait it out with Errol Spence. I don't know. I know one of the sanctioning bodies is going to have to strip him, honestly. I think the WBC is not going to strip him because WBC wants that belt, and they see how much money that Errol Spence generates. IBF, I don't think they care. Like, they're trying to keep everything rolling. So I can definitely see the IBF stripping Errol Spence, having Ubu, what's his name, no disrespect, and Jaron Ennis fight for that title. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, comment below, share, do all of that. It's your boy F, man, Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Hit the Cash App if you want to donate to the channel. It's right there on the screen. And like that, I'm gone.